All right, these are kind of neat too. These roosters were part of the load of stuff that I took away from one of the property cleanup jobs I did in in 2018. I did a couple of jobs then before my van broke down. I actually had the start of a really good little business. These are the only things I kept from that job, other than a bunch of painter's tape, or sign maker's tape, I mean. I kept a bunch of sign maker's tape too. There were cases of that because that's handy stuff to have. And I actually sold a few cases of it, and then I sold a few cases of it, and I kept the remainder, and I've used it quite often. It's great stuff, sign maker's tape. Anyway, there's that, and let me show you here, this shelf here. I was thinking of selling this, but I think now that I'll keep it. If I ever do get a piece of property and build a little shack to live in or whatever on it, this would be a handy shelf to have. So I'm going to keep it, I think. This came out of a storage unit that I bought when I was doing the storage unit thing. Like I say, I've done a lot of different things. Most of them not successfully, but still. These old resistor cabinets are really neat. I'm going to keep those too. But this is really neat. What this is like a little cabinet for small tools or parts or whatever. But how it was made, see, they painted most of these black. But if you look though, how it was actually made, these are cigarette flats. There's the little hinge part where the lid would go on. This looks like it was a player's flat. Player's cigarettes is what it looks like to me. It's the right color to be players anyway. But basically, they built this out of cigarette flats. And the knobs to pull out the things are actually the caps from the old lantern batteries. So basically, this is just built out of garbage. What would have been garbage back then. I have drill bits in this one. You can see there's your hinges for your lid. Yeah, you can see where the tack sticker was and stuff, you know. Anyway, yeah, these are old cigarette flats. And what they did is they just used the caps from the terminal caps from the old dry cell lantern batteries. Because years ago, we used to be able to buy these. They were a big square battery with a couple of screwed, threaded posts on top, and there was a positive and a negative, and you'd attach your connections there, your wires, to run it was a big spotlight. It was kind of like a chrome frame that went over top of the battery, and then you'd attach the connectors with these things, just fasten these down, and you carry it around, and there was a big spotlight so you could look. It worked pretty well, actually. But anyway, I think I'm going to keep this. I do. Oh, my goodness. Let me get those out of there.